Backbench Liberal MP Bridget Archer is threatening to cross the floor and vote down the Religious Freedoms Bill when it's debated in Parliament. The Tasmanian MP believes there are too many problems with the bill in its current form to support. Last week, the PM promised to ensure the legislation would protect gay students from being discriminated against by faith-based schools. For more on this, I'm joined by LGBTIQ plus advocate Rodney Croome. Rodney, thanks for your time. What the Prime Minister has said is that he's willing to put in some additional protections. Is that enough to earn your support, and should it earn the support of the likes of Bridget Archer?
Kieran, thanks for having me on. My response is no, it's not sufficient. I understand that the Prime Minister's proposal is to amend the Sex Discrimination Act to protect students from discrimination on the grounds of sexuality and gender identity, which in itself is a good thing. But the problem is that that would be in return for passing the Religious Discrimination Bill, which allows schools to discriminate on the grounds of their religious beliefs. So it would be, if you like, discrimination through another door. It would be like giving with one hand and taking with another. And of course, then there are all the other problems with the Religious Discrimination Bill, including the overrides of Tasmania's gold standard Anti-Discrimination Act, which I understand is a deep concern to Bridget Archer. The Religious Discrimination Bill would take away protections that Tasmanians currently have from humiliating and intimidating conduct. That's a protection that is mostly used by people with disability who experience quite a lot of that conduct, some of which is in the name of religion. And the Religious Discrimination Bill would allow it if it was in the name of religion. So it would essentially directly take away the rights of people with disability. The bill would also override our laws which have been in place for 24 years, protecting teachers from discrimination in faith-based schools. The Federal Religious Discrimination Bill would come over the top of our Anti-Discrimination Act and take the job security away from those teachers. For those reasons, I think Bridget Archer is right to say that the trade-off being proposed by the Prime Minister isn't enough, that the Religious Discrimination Bill enshrines the privilege for some people to demean and discriminate against others, and it really is fatally flawed. I applaud her brave stand in committing to cross the floor to vote against the bill, and I urge other Liberal members to do the same.
When you say it's fatally flawed, is it that element of the bill alone that you need to see removed before you would see any grounds for support there?
I guess I should make it clear that I and I think almost all other Australians would agree that the stated intention of the bill is a good thing. It was originally intended to protect people of faith from discrimination on the grounds of their religion.
Yeah.
And most states do that already. That's a very worthy goal. The problem is that imported into the bill, underneath that worthy goal, all of these provisions which allow denigration and discrimination in the name of faith. The two main concerns I have are the ones I've just mentioned, allowing so-called statements of belief that would be very derogatory towards people who have traditionally suffered religious stigma, including people with disability, LGBTIQ people in minority faiths, and this provision that allows discrimination against employees of faith-based organisations. They're the two big concerns we have. There are other concerns as well. For instance, professional bodies won't be able to as easily manage those members who make statements which bring the credibility of the professional organisation into doubt, when those statements, again, are in the name of religion. So there's a number of problems with the bill. The two main problems are the ones I've identified, and the government hasn't shown any interest in dealing with those two at all.